You can mute your mic now. All right. So yesterday we talked about pips. I'll be going back to pips. This class will just be for 30 minutes. Today we'll be revising what we talked about yesterday. We'll be talking about just revising pips. We're talking about leverage in Forex. We'll be talking about spreads also in Forex. But before we talk about leverage and spread, we'll first of all revise what we did yesterday, which was pips, and also how you can calculate pips. Because I'm pretty sure that you guys have even forgotten how we calculated some of the pips we did yesterday, pips calculation. So I told you guys yesterday that when we're talking about pips, what do we say PIP is? PIP is just like an abbreviation. You get PIP means price interest point or point in percentage. But when we want to define what pips is, we are talking about the smallest movement made by a currency pair. You get it? The smallest movement, pips, the smallest movement made by a currency pair. That's what pip is. Smallest movement made by a currency pair. I told you guys that yesterday human beings, the movement of humans are calculated in steps, but in Forex, it's calculated in pips. I'm pretty sure that you guys still remember what we talked about yesterday. And I told you that USD based pairs, like pairs that has USD as its quote currency. What do we mean by quote currency? We are talking about the small currency. Like, I told you if you were at the beginner's class, like the first day, today is the third day. If you were at the first day, I thought about the base currency and the quote currency. You get when we have a pair like Euro USD now. Sorry. When we have a pair like let's say Euro USD, Euro USD. We'll call Euro the base currency and we'll call USD the quote currency. I'm sure you guys still remember. We'll call Euro the base currency and we'll call USD the quote currency. You get? So Euro is the Oga, is the boss of this pair now, while USD is just supporting Euro. You get it now? So whenever we want to calculate pips, the pips movement for this particular currency pair, which is Euro USD, like any currency pair that has USD as its quote currency, we always calculate their pip movement from the fourth decimal place after the decimal point. Are you getting it now? So we calculate the currency, the pips movement for USD based pairs, that's currency pairs that has USD as its quote currency. All right, if we say it's NZD, NZD, if we say is NZD USD, NZD is the base currency, while USD is the quote currency. So in this NZD USD, you see that the currency, the USD, the USD in this currency pair, that's the USD currency, is acting as a quote currency for the base currency. You get it? So for pairs like this, you calculate their pip movement from the fourth decimal place. And I told you how you can calculate their pip movement. For example, we have a pair like this Euro USD. I'm coming, sorry. Euro USD. I will say the entry price for Euro USD is 1.1, just the same example of yesterday 1.1000. You get? So after this decimal point, if you want to calculate the pip movement for this, is that you start from this decimal point, you count to the back 1, 2, 3, 4. When this fourth decimal place, this number changes to 1, let's say the exit price is 1.100, then 1. So if you see this same currency pair, which is Euro USD, you see that it moved from 1.1000 to 1.1001. So the fourth decimal point, the fourth decimal place here, which is this zero, changed to 1. That means that what? Euro USD has moved 1 pips. If it changes to 2, it has moved 2 pips. If it changes to 3, it has moved 3 pips. If it changes to 4, it has moved 4 pips. I'm sure you still remember how we did the calculation yesterday, right? So I don't want to spend much time on that. Then an exception for this, for the calculation of pips, is JPY based pairs. And sorry, I didn't make mention of pipette or pipette yesterday. Whenever you see a currency pair has up to like 5 decimal place after the point, you get like something like this: 1.10010. Like you can see basically that after the point we have 5 numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After the point, we have 5 number. This last number, if this last number changes to a significant number, like maybe 1 or 2, you know that that one is pipette. We don't call it pips movement. You get it? It's pipette, and it is not important. Don't even take it as anything, because some brokers does not even offer pipette movement. They only offer pips movement in currency pairs or pips calculation. Do you get it? So the fifth place is called pipette. The fourth place, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. This fourth place is the pips, and that's what we are interested in. This fifth place is the pipette. We are not interested in that. You get it? Then for JPY base pairs, for pairs that has JPY as its quote currency, let's say a pair like USD, 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 JPY. You can see that this USD here now is acting as a base currency, the Oga. Then the JPY is now acting as a quote currency. At our first instance, USD was acting as a quote currency for Euro because Euro is bigger than USD. But at this particular place, USD now is bigger than JPY. So USD now is acting as a base currency, while JPY is acting as a quote currency here. So JPY pairs are an exception. Whenever you have a pair that has JPY as its quote currency, you always calculate the pip movement from the second decimal place. You calculate the pip movement from the second decimal place. The third decimal place is the pipette, and I told you pipette is not important. You just take the pips. That's what we are like. That's what we are interested in. Just the pips movement. Okay, for pairs that has JPY as its quote currency, you calculate the pips movement from the second decimal place. Let's say something like this: USD, USD, JPY has an entry price of 195.75. Then exit price is 195.75. point, let's say 7 195.77. You can see that this, if you want to calculate the pips movement now, you start, I said for JPY based pairs that has, for pairs that has JPY as its code currency, you calculate the pips from the second decimal place, that is after the point 1, 2. This second decimal place, that's when you start calculating the pips. So if you see it now, you saw that after this decimal point 75 now change to what? 77 here. Are you getting it? So from here, 1, 2, 5 change to 7. So how many added to here now? You see that it is 2 that added to this exit price. So you can say that USD JPY moved what? 2 pips. You get? So that's how it's calculated, 2 pips. But when it now has something like this at the back end, maybe 1, then 2. This 1 here is the pipette. This 2 here is also the pipette. So we are not interested in that. Do we get that now? All right. I know you guys now understand that. We also talked about lot sizing. I'm not going to talk about that because today we'll be talking about leveraging. And I gave you a formula that you can use to calculate lot size. Lot size. I said the formula for calculating lot size is your risks in dollars. Your risks in dollars over your stop loss. I'll just use SL. Your stop loss PEEP multiplied by your PEEP value. I'll just use VAL. All right. If you want to calculate your lot size, this is the formula you use. Your risk in dollars divided by your stop loss PEEP times PEEP value. I gave you 4 different type of lot sizes yesterday. I gave you standard lot. I told you there's mini lot. I told you there's micro lot, and I told you there's what? Nano lot. I told you standard lot has a unit of 100,000. I told you mini lot has a unit of 10,000, and I told you micro lot has a unit of 1,000, and I also told you that nano lot has a unit of 100. Then I told you the PEEP value for standard lot. I told you if you are using a standard lot account, 1 PEEP movement is going to equal $10. When it moves 1 pip in your direction, you will be making $10 per pip. But when it moves 1 pip against you, you are also losing $10 in that 1 pip movement. Then I told you for a mini lot, 1 pip movement is equal to $1. Then I told you for micro lot, I told you 1 pip movement is equal to $0.1, which is also 10 cents. I also told you that for nano lot size, when you are using a nano lot size account, I told you 1 pip movement is equal to 0.01 which is 1 cent per pip. You get it? So how do you use this formula to know? Because one guy asked me today that how do I know the money I'm risking? You get, how do I know the money I'm risking if I am to take a trade? Number one, there are 2 ways you can know the money you are risking. The first way is to calculate it like this manually. Then the second way is to use a pips calculator. I'll talk about that in another class. A pips calculator. You just impute your stop loss, then you impute the lot size you want to use, and this pip calculator just helps you automatically generate the lot size you are going to use, and it will tell you how much that you are risking in that particular trade. But you can also do it manually like this using this formula: lot size equals to risk in dollar divided by your stop loss pip times your pip value. You get it? So first of all, if you want to take a trade, you need to know how much you are willing to risk in that particular trade. That's your risk in dollars. You need to first of all know that I have $100 account and I want to risk just 3% of my account in this particular trade I'm taking. And 3% might just be $3. You get it? 3% might just be $3. That's your risk in dollar. You are risking $3 for that particular trade. All right, the second question you are going to ask yourself is, if I am to risk $3, which stop loss is going to help me to risk this particular $3 I want to risk for this trade? Then you find the stop loss pips you are going to use. Is it 20 pips? Is it 18 pips stop loss? Is it 25 pips stop loss? Then the other thing you need to know is that the account you are trading, is it a standard lot account? Is it a mini lot account? Is it a micro lot account? Or is it a nano lot account? That one will help you to know what your pip value, because a standard lot account pip value is different from a mini lot account pip value. You get? You get now. All right. So let's say you are risking $3 for, like, you have a total capital of $100 in your account, but for that particular trade you want to risk just $3. You are risking $3. So your risk in dollar is 3, right? 3 over your stop loss pip. Let's say you said that you want to use a 20 pip stop loss. Your stop loss pip is 20 times pip value. Let's say you are using a standard lot account. What's the pip value for a standard lot account? That's if that standard lot account, if it moves 1 pip, what is the value of 1 pip? The value of 1 pip is what? $10. So you write your $10 here. Then you go straight into calculation, which is 3 over 20 times 10 is 200, right? So 3, I have my calculator here. 3 divided by 200 will give you 0.015. So it means the lot size you will be using for this particular trade you want to take, the lot size will be what? 0.015. It means if you use a lot size that is bigger than 0.01, are you getting it? If you use a lot size bigger than 0.01, you will not be risking $3. It means your risks in dollar will be more than 3. And you've already concluded in your mind that you are only going to risk $3 for that trade. But you now went and used a lot size that is bigger than 0.01. You get? So your risks in dollar will now be more than, you will now be risking more than what you intended to risk for that particular trade. I guess you guys now understand how that's how you can calculate your lot size using this simple formula. All right. So right now we'll be going into leverage now. So I will be very, very fast in this particular one. We'll be talking about leverage, margin, and spread. Leverage, margin, and spread. Leverage, leverage, margin, and spread. Leverage, margin, and spread. This is what we'll be talking about. All right. I told you guys yesterday, I introduced leverage to you yesterday. And I told you that leverage is just like a buying power that your broker gives to you. A power that your broker gives to you, that you should be able to purchase a particular unit of a currency pair. You get it? So what do I mean by broker? Broker is like a middleman between you and the market. You get? A broker is a middleman. They are middlemen between you and the market. The idea behind this is that your $100 will not be able to purchase a particular currency. So the broker comes to you as a middleman and tells you that I'm going to give you this particular money. Your money is not going to be enough for you. You get? And I will borrow you a money, I will loan you some money so that you will add with your own and so that you'll be able to what? Purchase that particular currency or that particular thing you want to buy. When you make profit, you go with your profit and you give us our money back. When you make loss, we take our money and you lose your money. That's just the idea behind leverage. So leverage allows you to control a big trade with a small amount of your own money. You have just small amount of money and you deposit it into your Forex account. So it is leverage that gives you that buying power to be able to purchase a particular unit of currency you want. Let's take, for instance, let's say BTC USD. How much is one BTC USD? One BTC USD is one Bitcoin is, let's say, more than $80,000. All right. And you, as a trader, you come into the market and you are trading, like you are buying BTC USD. Do you think is that cheap for you to maybe buy BTC USD? So it's your broker that gave you that buying power to be able to either buy or sell BTC USD. You get it now? So they gave you the buying power. You don't have the money. They gave you, you don't have up to that money. They gave you a borrowed money. You get? So that you can be able to what? Control big trades with just small amount of your money. Let's take, for instance, okay, before that, we have different types of leverage. We have um okay, types of leverage, types of leverage. Number one, we have many types. So 1 to 10. Number two, 1 to 20. Number three, 1 to 50. Then number four, 1 to 100. We still have 5, 1 to, let's say, 2,000. You get? And so on and so forth. So depends on the broker you are using. These are the what types of leverage you will find in what some brokers or different brokers, depends on the kind of broker you are using. All right, let's take for example, let's say you have $100 and your broker gives you a 1 to 100 leverage. You have $100 in your account and your broker gives you 1 to 100 leverage. Now you can trade 10,000 worth of currency with this particular what leverage that your broker gives to you. How did you get 10,000? You have $100, but your broker gives you 1:100 leverage. You get it? Your broker gives you 1:100 leverage. How the buying power that your broker gave to you is what? You carry this 100 here, 100 and multiply with this your $100 account. It's now what? 100 times 100. So what's your buying capacity or your buying power now? It's now equal to what? $10,000. This is your buying capacity. This is the amount of, this is the unit or the money or the amount of unit you can be able to what buy with just your $100 account. Okay, what if you are using a 1 to 50 leverage? You are using a 1 to 50 leverage on $100 account. It means the buying power that your broker now gives to you is what? 50 times your $100. And 50 times your $100 is how much? I guess it's 5,000. So your buying power now for this particular leverage, which is your 1:50, is what? 5,000. All right. For example, I still want to explain this leverage for you so that you will understand it very well. Do you get it? I want to explain it so that you can actually understand how leverage works. Okay, let's say you have you want to get a house. Take for instance, you want to buy a house. That house is worth $50,000. $50,000. But you know within yourself that you don't have $50,000 to get a house. But you have $5,000 with you. But the house is worth $50,000. So, and you have $5,000. So, how much is remaining for you to be able to get that house? It will be what? $50,000 minus your 5,000, which you have. So, you still need up to like what? $45,000 to be able to what? Add to your money, which is your 5,000, so that you can be able to get that particular house for $50,000. All right, then you now go to a bank. Since you don't have the money, you don't have the buying capacity or the buying power, you now go to a bank and you collected loan. You get? So the bank now gave you 45,000 as loan. You now added this 45,000 to your 5,000. It now becomes what? $50,000. You get? You know, as you collected that loan, you are going to still pay back within some certain period of time. You get? So you now have $50,000. Bank gave you 45,000 and you have 5,000. You added it, you went and purchased the house for $50,000. All right. You now stayed in that house for like, let's say, 5 years, and the value of the house depreciated from $50,000 to let's say the house depreciated from $50,000 to let's say $40,000. The house depreciated from $50,000 to $40,000. So what now happens when you want to sell the house? You now sell the house because it depreciated. You now sell the house for $40,000 instead of the normal $50,000 or for an appreciation price. You now sell it for $40,000. It means you what? Lost in this particular what? Let's say business. You lose here. And the scenario here, or let's say the real life thing that happens here, is that you will blow your account. Your account will get blown. You get it? Your account will get blown because of this, and you lose your account. Your $5,000 has been taken by the market. You didn't even see anything, and you are still owing the bank loan. A loan of how much? $45,000. You get? So you see that in this scenario now you lose. So that's how leverage works. Just like your broker gives you a buying power to be able to what? Purchase a particular unit of currency you want to get. All right. So let's go to margin now. Margin. Margin. Margin is the portion of your money the broker locks as a deposit to open a trade. Before you can be able to open a trade, just because the broker can give you a buying capacity doesn't mean that you are not going to deposit money into that trade or into that trading account. Are you getting it? So your broker gives you a buying power because you brought money into, or you deposited money into your trading account. So margin is just like the portion of your money that you brought. The broker now keeps it, and it keeps it for you, then gives you a buying power. Are you getting it now? So you want to open a $1,000 trade with, let's say, 1:100 leverage. You only need to provide $10 as your margin. That is, you want to buy a unit that cost for $1,000. And you are using a 1:100 leverage account. You only need $10 as a deposit so that you will be able to what trade. That's the simple thing about margin. That's how margin is, just like the portion of your own money you are bringing to the market that the broker keeps for you, that you now deposit. You get it? That's what margin is. Then the last one, which is spread. The last one, which is spread. The last one is spread. When we are talking about spread, spread is the difference between the buy price. The buy is also known as ask. You need to know this one. The ask price. Then the sell is also known as the bid. So when we are talking about spread, we are talking about the difference between your buy or your ask price and your sell or your bid price. You get? So this spread is how brokers make their money. So many of you will be asking, how do these guys even make money, that I'm just trading and I'm packing all this money, like only me, I'm just packing everything. You are now asking yourself, how do these guys earn? How do they earn money? So they make money off you using spread. There are some currencies, or there are some particular currency pairs you don't trade during the daytime. There are some you trade during the night time. There are some you trade during London session, you trade during New York session, and some you also trade during Asian session. The reason for this is because some currency pairs will have like low volatility. You get? They will have low volatility, and this will cause their spread to be what? Very, very wide. Okay, you have often, maybe let's say, place a trade on a demo account. Then you see, if you place a trade, you see a line like this. You see a red line and a green line. Sometimes the line is what? Very close. Sometimes it's far apart. When you place a trade, whether you buy or you sell, you see a red line and a green line. You get? So that distance between the red line and the green line is what we call spread. The center, the distance between, let's say this is the red line and this is the green line. The distance between this place and this place is called the spread. And that's how what brokers make their money. You get? It's like you buy a particular phone from a store. You bought it for 100,000, and you come back again and you say you want to sell that phone back to the same people. They now tell you that the price has depreciated just because they want to make money off you. They now tell you that this 100,000 naira phone, they are not going to buy it from you the same price they sold it to you. You get? They now buy it from you at 98,000. So how much did they make off you? How much did you lose? You lose 2,000 naira and they made 2,000 naira. So that's how brokers make their money. They make money from the difference between your buy price or your ask price and your sell price or your bid price. So that is how